Hello friends, AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. More Distress Reinkers. This time, creating my own custom colored embossing paste. I'm pretty sure I've shown this in a video, but it has been years and years since I've done this. I've talked about it, and I thought it was time I show it. So I just have regular white embossing paste, and I'm working on one of my non-stick craft sheets. And I just put 3 blobs, no measurements, just blobs of embossing paste. And I'm using 3 Distress Reinkers. I'm using Picked Raspberry, Mustard Seed, and Mermaid Lagoon. These 3 are kind of my go-to to create like rainbows, literally. And I will show exactly what I mean. So I did Picked Raspberry first. I just added a drop. Less is more with this when mixing with embossing paste. You can make it more vibrant. However, if you add too much of the Reinker, you'll start to notice like the embossing paste, it'll thin it out, but it'll start turning kind of glossy. And if it gets oversaturated with color, you'll notice after you've applied it to your cardstock, the color will start to like leach out. So like I said, less is more. It doesn't take much because these are meant to re-ink ink pads, so they're very concentrated colors. So I did not use more than a drop. So I did Picked Raspberry, then I did Mustard Seed, and then I mixed a bit of the Picked Raspberry and Mustard Seed paste, so I got an orange. And then I did the Mermaid Lagoon, so I have my pretty blue, and I'm going to mix a little bit of the blue with the yellow, and that's going to give me a really nice green. Of course, you can always just use Distress Reinkers, like if you have all the different colors, you know. I could have used Mowed Lawn to create a green, Carved Pumpkin to create an orange, like you can totally do it. But all you really need are these 3 and you pretty much can create any color you want. So I mixed the Picked Raspberry and the Mermaid Lagoon and got a purple. So I've got my little rainbow. This is a little bit sped up in editing, and I was working a little quicker because it is super hot here right now and I have my air conditioning running. So the regular embossing paste does not dry out like super quick, but it does start to dry. It's not the end of the world, but I did run into a tiny little bit of little like chunks, but I pulled those out and it was fine. But again, it depends on your climate. So yeah, but I didn't have like an issue doing all of this. It just does help though, like when you do it and then immediately go to use it. Like don't mix it and then like walk away and come back to it later. You're just going to have like little hard chunks on top of your craft mat. So anywho, I'm using Simon's new Fading Hearts Slimline stencil. And I have it on top of some of Simon's just 120 pound smooth white cardstock. And I started kind of in the middle, so with the yellow. So it just kind of gave me a visual of how much space I have for each color. So I added my yellow, the orange, the red, and then I'm going up to add the green, blue, purple, in rainbow order, of course. And letting them kind of mix a little bit with, you know, themselves. And then when I was doing it and getting any little chunks, I just pulled them off. And I had somehow got a chunk on top of the one heart. So pulled that off. And then I removed my stencil. And then, of course, I'm going to add glitter, because why not? So while this embossed paste is obviously still wet, I'm using just a little, I have bottles, they're glitter dusters. I've had people comment they've never heard of these. They are just empty bottles that you put dry glitter of your choice in. And then when you press the nozzle, it just creates this fine, like basically like a mist or a dust, because there's no liquid, of dry glitter. And I love these. So I have a bottle with Simon's Confetti Unicorn Glitter, which is kind of a chunky glitter. And I have a glitter duster that has Simon's Unicorn Dust Glitter that is really, really fine. So I kind of like dusted that over this. I'd let it sit and completely dry. And then I brushed off the excess with my big fan brush that I use when I'm heat embossing. And that's it. So now it's glittery and fabulous and I love it. So it's like I said, it was completely dry. I dusted off the excess. I'm going to trim this down a little bit so it's slightly smaller than what my card will be. So this ends up being 3¼ inches by 8¼ inches roughly. So just trimmed it down just that little bit. And then I pulled out some black cardstock. And I'm using the new CZ Design You Are Loved stamp set. I will be using this stamp set a lot, especially this month, because Happy Pride Month. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. The more, the better. I will be your ally. All the good things. I could go on, but anywho. I'm using some of the stamps from the set, and I'm just lining them up on the black cardstock inside my MISTI here. I'm not too worried about the large pride word and the outlined sentiment. Those I have coordinating dies for, but the other two I was trying to get straight because I will trim those down with my paper trimmer. And then I used my anti-static powder tool, brushed off the excess. Then I'll stamp these images with clear embossing ink, and then I will emboss them with some detail white embossing powder. So once I've got those inked up, I will coat these with the white embossing powder, and then I will melt that with my heat tool. Once those are melted with my heat tool, like I said, there's a coordinating wafer die set for this stamp set, and I'm going to use the coordinating wafer dies on the 2 sentiments, and then the other 2 I'm just going to trim down with my paper trimmer. So I'm going to tape the 2 wafer dies into place with some more of my little yellow tape here, just so that those don't move when I run them through my die cut machine. So get those taped into place, and then after I die cut them off camera, I just trim down the other 2 sentiments with my little guillotine paper trimmer. So I've got my sentiments done, I've got my card front ready, so now I need to do my card base. So more heavyweight white cardstock, and I am going to trim this down to 7 inches by 8.5 inches. And then once it's trimmed down, I will score it at 3.5 inches. So this will be a 3.5 inch by 8.5 inch slimline card. So I'm going to score that with my little Teflon bone folder. Get both sides of that scored, fold that in half. I reinforce the fold with just the side of my bone folder. And then on the inside of the card, because you always got to put something on the inside, that's just what I like to do. So I'm going to use that same stencil. I'd washed off the stencil and my craft mat after I was done with the embossing paste. I just wash it off in my sink. Regular embossing paste washes off really easily. It's not too much of a concern. It's when you're using like glitter paste and those sorts of ones you want to deal with immediately because they turn into cement. So anywho, I'd washed it off. It's dry. It's good to go. So I'm taping it to the inside of the card, and this time I'm just using some painter's tape because that gives me a little extra wiggle room so I don't get ink on the other part of the card. And then I'm lightly blending some oxide inks, just using a blending brush. And I went with more colors because I'm not going to blend the colors together to get this rainbow. It's just easier to use different colors. So I just used squeezed lemonade and then carved pumpkin, picked raspberry, mowed lawn, mermaid lagoon, and some wilted violet, and just one blending brush. I'm not using a lot of pressure. I'm just lightly swirling it onto the ink pad, blending it over the stencil, and then just wiping the brush off between colors on my little microfiber cloth that I've shown in a million videos. This thing is stained to high heaven, and that's fine. So I just wipe off the brush, go on to the next color. And I did the same thing. I started kind of in the middle with the yellow, and then just kind of worked my way out from there so that I had enough space to make sure I got every single color onto this stencil. And I was also blending it lightly because it's the inside of the card. I don't want it super, super intense. This way I can easily write over it with a pen, no problems. But of course I have all the colors, and it's nice and matchy-matchy with the card front. So once I had all of that blended, I can remove the stencil, and then I'm going to adhere the 2 of the sentiments onto the inside of the card. So I'm going to adhere those with some craft tacky glue. And then the inside will say, you are loved and so proud to stand with you. So adhered those. And then to adhere the card front to the card base, I just have some scraps of cardstock. I've been talking about that in recent videos too. I have just a big pile of cardstock that I don't like. I don't like it for coloring. I don't like it for blending, that sort of thing, but I'm not going to just toss it. I just cut it up and use it to layer. It's great. So that's what I did. I just cut a couple layers, adhered them together with craft tacky glue, popped them onto the back of the card front. The sentiments I just popped up with some thin foam squares. So I'm going to pop those into place so they've got a little bit of dimension. Plus it adheres like things like a foam tape or a good liquid adhesive when you're adhering over embossing paste, glitter, etc. It really makes sure things stay and they don't just fall off. So I adhered those into place, and then I actually took And if I went back, I would change this. I used some Red Berry Nouveau Crystal Drops on the heart of the Pride word. What I would change is I would fill in that heart first with a white gel pen, then add the red crystal drops, because they would show up better. So I wasn't 100% happy with it, but that's how I would fix it. I didn't have time. So I did that, and then I was like, I don't know. But then I added glitter to it, and glitter makes everything better. So I used my little glitter duster and added just the fine glitter to that. So it's a glittery red heart, and it's perfect. And then, of course, a bit more bling, because, you know, you got to have more bling. I didn't get to add splatter. I could have. But instead, I just added a bunch of Trinity stamps, unicorn, tears, rhinestones, which, you know, of course. So I adhered those into place. And then I just paired this with a bunch of envelopes. This is the rainbow pack that Simon just released. I'm not sure yet what envelope will go with this, but because all of them were perfect. So that was my card for the moment. Stay tuned. I will have a release and review video for this new release from Simon. I will be part of a blog hop coming up. More projects, you know, I've been posting a ton lately, so just stay tuned. I will have links to everything I used in the description box below the video, as well as a link to my blog post, so you can check that out below if you're interested. Thank you all so much for watching, subscribing, thumbs upping, commenting, all of it. I very much appreciate it, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Bye!